Good evening, friends, guests. Please take your seats. We are ready to begin the program. Good evening, friends and guests and people having a hard time seeing the seat numbers because it is a little dim out there. Please take your seats because we are ready to begin and we have a lot of exciting awards tonight. Good evening, friends. We have opened the balcony level as well. So if you are having problems finding a seat, ask an usher and they will direct you. Otherwise, please find your seat so we can begin and hand out some amazing awards to some amazing nonprofits. Thank you. Yes. Good evening, guests and friends. Please take your seats. We are really, truly ready to begin this evening's program. Good evening. The Center for Nonprofit Management is proud to showcase the talents of their nonprofit partners through tonight's celebration. We now have the honor of hearing from the National Museum of African American Music's emerging artist. Please welcome Kojo Ko.
and me. You look so good to me. Every time I walk into a room, everything stops and I'm immediately, connected to you. Your smile, it shines brighter, brighter than the sun. You look so good to me. I can't see nothing but your smile, smiling at me. You look so good to me, good to me. Can y'all sing that with me? Come on, y'all. Hey. Hey. I can look away and still feel the energy from your smile, from your smile. Ooh, yeah, your smile, it shines brighter, brighter than the sun. You look so good to me. I can't see nothing but your smile, smiling at me. You look so good to me. Baby, your smile got me on cloud 9. And every time that I see you, baby, it'd be like, let's sing it, y'all. You look so good to me, I can't see nothing but your, y'all say, smile, smile, smile. You look so good to me, I can't see nothing but your. Y'all put smiles on so many people's faces. Come on, sing it with me. You look so good to me, I can't see nothing but your smile, smile, smile. You look so good to me. Hey, I can't see nothing but your. I can't see nothing but your. Y'all Ross Malone on the saxophone, come on. I can't see nothing but your. Hey, come on. Let's sing it all together. This is a salute to you. Come on, say. You look so good to me, I can see nothing but your smile, smile, smile. You look so good to me, I can see nothing but your. You look so good to me, I can't see nothing but your. You look so good to me, I can't see nothing but your smile, smile, smile. Come on and smile, y'all.
And now, please welcome the President and CEO of the Center for Nonprofit Management, Terry Hughes.
Oh my goodness, what a great night. Hello everybody. Welcome to Salute to Excellence 2022. And what a way to open it up with Kojo Co. What a great performance. So after 3 long years, we are so excited and honored to be here in person with you tonight. Our nonprofit community, all of you work so tirelessly to make us more compassionate and connected and caring. And here we are in this drop-dead gorgeous space, and thanks to Belmont University and the Fisher Center. We're just grateful for the vital role that every one of you plays in our community. Now, as part of our celebration, someone else who plays a very vital role in our community is Mayor John Cooper. And I'd like to have you welcome Mayor Cooper to the stage to say a few words.
Well, thank you, Terry, for that introduction, and wow, what a building, Belmont University. You are inspiring us, and it's great to be here at the Center for Nonprofit Management's 29th year of Salute to Excellence Awards. Wow, yes, what a special event. And I want to thank co-chairs Nathan Green of Vanderbilt and Terry Vo at Comcast, and now, for 35 years, the Center for Nonprofit Management has been doing great work here in Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, thank you. And you know, nobody adds the Tennessee anymore, but except of us old-timers. But thank you to the amazing list of finalist organizations gathered here. It reflects quite a city, what a city, and thank you. And Nashville's nonprofit organizations support neighborhoods for our kids to thrive in. They help newcomers to our city, connects young people with support and opportunity, and offers much needed services to so many Nashvillians. You all make Nashville a better city. Now, from Corner to Corner, which teaches children literacy and helps young entrepreneurs, to Renewal House, the only long-term residential program in Middle Tennessee that treats women and their children together, to First Steps, which educates and cares for children with special needs and medical conditions in inclusive environments. You are advocates for our most vulnerable. You take on domestic violence, re-entry, food, housing, addiction, and all the other challenges that we have in our city. You have an ear to the ground and truly understand how, as a community, together, we can take action. So on behalf of all the people in Nashville, I want to thank each and every one of you, all of your organizations represented tonight. Thank you for the huge undertaking that you do for our city. Thank you all, and bravo. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mayor Cooper. You are a great partner in helping us make our community a better place to live and work. Well, it's no secret that nonprofits work best when their passion to serve is backed by supportive community partners who provide the resources needed to turn that passion into real change. And Nashville is very fortunate to have incredible partners, foundations, and companies large and small who understand the tremendous need and support of the work we all do. Well, tonight I would like to especially recognize PNC Bank. PNC has stood by our side as a Salute presenting sponsor since 2019, supporting C&M and our members throughout the devastating pandemic. In 2020, they and other sponsors quickly pivoted their event sponsorship dollars to launch C&M's Crisis Support Learning Series. In that series, and with their support, C&M offered 61 free and very reduced price workshops, each topic focusing on building resilience while getting through the crisis. In 2021, PNC once again supported Salute to Excellence as we shifted to a virtual ceremony with a focus on keeping our community safe while upholding the mission and nature of Salute to Excellence. This year, they're still by our side. We made this exciting decision to shift to this stunning venue and fresh new format. And as the nonprofit sector has evolved, so has their support. So we thank PNC for their unwavering commitment to celebrating and uplifting the contributions of our vibrant and diverse nonprofit community. Thank you, PNC. Salute is possible thanks to the generous commitments from our 10 award sponsors and our 23 event sponsors. This year, we raised a record-breaking $450,000 to utilize towards the production of this event and the finalist prizes. Most of it goes to the finalist prizes. From sponsoring awards to sponsoring this event, every one of you helped make tonight a reality. And this evening, it just really couldn't happen without you. So I thank you so much. You'll be hearing from each of our award sponsors as the evening progresses. And at this moment, I'd like you to hear from our presenting sponsor, PNC Bank.
Good evening, everyone. I am Chelsea Peterson, Vice President and Director of Client and Community Relations for PNC Bank. We are so thrilled to return this year as the presenting sponsor for Salute to Excellence. Tonight, we celebrate local nonprofits for the deeply important work that they do, the essential role that they play in strengthening and enriching the lives of our communities, and the dedicated staff that works diligently to carry out their missions. So many of you have worked hard to make this night a reality, and we would like to take this time to recognize our local businesses, community partners, leaders, advocates, and most importantly, the Center for Nonprofit Management for making this night so special. Thank you and congratulations to this year's finalists.
Thanks, PNC, for helping make this evening possible.
And now, a word from Circle of Excellence sponsor, Vanderbilt University.
Good evening, everyone. I am Midori Lockett, Chief Community Impact Officer at Vanderbilt University. We are delighted to be the Circle of Excellence sponsor for Salute. This is an amazing night as we reflect on and celebrate the impact of nonprofits serving the Middle Tennessee community. You play a fundamental role in creating more equitable and thriving communities. We're so honored to be a partner in helping to uplift these nonprofits. Thank you, CNM, for creating the ceremony to shine a light on these organizations. Thank you and congratulations to all.
Please welcome back to the stage CNM President and CEO, Terry Hughes.
Okay, it's me again, but not for long. I'm really just so excited and delighted to have you here at the 29th Annual Salute to Excellence Awards. For more than 35 years, CNM has worked to support nonprofits in Middle Tennessee, shine a light on their hard work in our community. We're so fortunate to live in a region where philanthropy is at the forefront, and we have many partners across different sectors that help us all make a bigger impact on the people we serve. So from me and everyone on CNM's staff and board of directors and our consultants and facilitators, thank you for partnering with us as we all strive to make Middle Tennessee a wonderful place to live and work. And now, I'm going to turn it over to the professional, our MC for the evening, Emmy Award-winning journalist and anchor for News Channel 5, Rory Johnston.
Hi, everyone. I saw a lot of you back there in the lobby, pounding your wine beforehand. I was watching you. Great to be here in person. How many of you, this is my first time in this facility, how many of you How amazing is this? Wow. I came in for the sound check earlier and I was all intimidated. It's so great to be back with you and so great to be here and celebrate this evening with you. 29th Salute to Excellence Awards. I don't know if many of you know, it's been a tough couple of years, just a little bit. But our incredible nonprofit community has demonstrated true resilience through it all. In 2020, you know, there was no Salute to Excellence, of course, but many of our generous sponsors stayed on board to offer much needed resources to CNM members in lieu of our annual Salute event. Last year, we hosted a virtual Salute to Excellence where we honored 31 finalists and winners. But now we're all back in the same room together once again, and I want to take a moment real quick to recognize and congratulate the 2021 Salute finalists and winners. Congrats. Real quick, if you are a finalist, could you stand up for us so we can see you? Stand up if you're a finalist. Come on. Yeah. This is a celebration. Let's hear it. By the way, you will find a list of the 2021 Salute honorees in the full program available. Just scan the QR program on the code on your program card. All right, this, by the way, for any newcomers, is the largest nonprofits award ceremony in the country. 34 finalists, yeah, 13, we do it the best here in Nashville. 34 finalists and 13 awards and cash awards totaling more than $250,000. So again, thanks to everyone for being here and thanks for your support, for supporting CNM and the Salute to Excellence. Tonight, we're going to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of the nonprofit organizations and leaders who are award finalists. How do we narrow it down? It's not an easy job, folks. But back in March, nonprofits and board members were invited to submit Salute nominations. More than 140 applications came rolling in. They organized panels to review them. These panels were made up of community leaders and volunteers, and trust me, they spent many, many hours trying to select the finalists and winners. Please join me in thanking those individuals who served as a selection panel chair or member. Thank you for your efforts. And to our winners, obviously tonight is your night to celebrate and thank your supporters. We'd love for you to give a few remarks when we call your name, but don't forget brevity is your friend. One other note, we ask that all winners and finalists, I know you're going to be excited, stay afterwards for a group photo at the closing of the event. Okay, got it? Housekeeping out of the way. Without further ado, let's reveal, drum roll, the Salute to Excellence Award winners. You ready? All right, we're going to begin tonight with the United Way of Greater Nashville Community Impact Award. United Way of Greater Nashville unites the community, mobilizes resources so that every child, individual, and family can thrive. This award recognizes a collaborative group of organizations who are working together to fight poverty here in Middle Tennessee. Tonight's winning initiative will receive $20,000 to help continue their collaborative work. An award of $10,000 will be presented to one finalist organization. So please join me in welcoming Erica Mitchell, Executive Vice President and Chief Community Impact Officer of United Way, to introduce our first finalists of the night. Erica.
Good evening, everyone. This is amazing. The venue is amazing. I am so excited to be here and just delighted to recognize our finalists for this evening. We are here tonight to recognize collective groups of organizations who are tackling population-level issues in our region. These groups are working to alleviate poverty by impacting multiple dimensions of a system, including policy, practices, power dynamics, and relationships. Let's take a look at their work.
Uprise is a career development program that helps people who are impacted by poverty get a short-term education that leads to a long-term career.
Our program is a 6-month minimum commitment and a maximum currently of 1 year. They need the encouragement and the love to walk them through saying, you can do this, and we can stay on track here, and we can do this as a community.
Healing Housing provides them with continued recovery support and housing so that these ladies can go through our program and get their education, but have a place to live, be supported and cared for. Our goal is to get these ladies into careers with upward mobility where they can afford to make that kind of rent part of their regular monthly budget, and they can have homes that they can live in and be reunited with their children, start a new life. I think that the future for our collaboration is really a bright one.
Community mediation is really the most radically inclusive piece of the justice system. We offer mediation is offer help to people who are involved in some kind of a conflict to find a way to resolve things informally. We found out, remote mediation is an incredible improvement for access to justice. We wouldn't have thought pre-COVID. For people working hourly wages, being able to mediate online on a smartphone means they don't have to take unpaid hours off of work or risk their employment. They don't have to find transportation or pay for gas. 85% of our cases, at least in a given year, settle. So we are relieving court dockets, right? We're saving taxpayer money. We're preventing evictions. We're preventing school expulsions. There is social stability, and there is just for the individual, we know that statistically they're very likely to leave better off than they were.
Bit of a drum roll. Thank you. So the United Way of Greater Nashville Community Impact Award goes to Uprise Nashville and Healing Housing.
Accepting the award tonight on behalf of this collaboration is Carol Peterson from Uprise Nashville and Tracy Levine from Healing Housing.
Oh, good evening. We are so honored to receive this award. I want to thank Terry and the Center for Nonprofit Management for bringing us all together on this night to see and celebrate each other's accomplishments. I'd also like to thank the United Way. This award means so much to our team because it is about bringing people together to make an impact in our community and to solve the problems that we face together. I would be remiss if I also didn't recognize tonight the participants, the people in our program who are turning their backs on the past and are deciding they're not going to be defined by their circumstances, that they are going to step out and to transform their lives for themselves and for their families.
Thank you. This award recognizes what is foundational to our work at Healing Housing and Uprise, that we are greater than the sum parts of our whole, and that in cultivating collaboration within our community, we can provide more resources for true healing. I want to thank Uprise for believing alongside us that each woman that walks through our collective doors can achieve every dream that she has ever dreamed. Thank you.
Congratulations to Uprise Nashville. By the way, I was just backstage and I could see a camera shot of what you're seeing. You know, this is not smoke machines. We're back there just smoking up a storm. It's kind of cool. Anyway, next we have a new award. It is the Amazon Social Justice Changemaker Award. I don't know if you've heard about this company called Amazon, but it's more than what you just think. It's not click, click, prime delivery. It is a multinational technology company. And it focuses obviously on e-commerce, but also cloud computing and digital streaming and artificial intelligence, and is now in Nashville, and we love it. The Social Justice Changemaker Award celebrates a minority-led nonprofit organization's outstanding commitment to social justice. This award also recognizes a minority-led nonprofit agency's transformational work relative to diversity and equity and inclusion in their mission-centered work. Tonight's winning organization will be awarded $15,000, and $5,000 will be presented to each of the two finalists. Please welcome Michelle Brown from Amazon to introduce these finalists for tonight.
Good evening, and thank you, Rory. As a proud board member and supporter, I am delighted to recognize our amazing finalists. We are here to celebrate organizations that are committed to improving equity, diversity, and inclusion, not only in the workplace, but in our communities. Let's take a look.
There's no issue that you can name that isn't attached to a policy, from homelessness to environmental racism, from incarceration all the way down to, education. All of these issues are attached to a policy, and these policy makers who are making decisions on behalf of communities that may or may not be reflected in that decision-making power, one, needs to be held accountable, but they also need to reflect the communities that they represent. Our work plays out by empowering people to actually take a stand on the issues that are impacting them. It's about restoring humanity to politics. It's about restoring dignity and pride and a sense of ownership back to civic participation. And that work has to happen with all of us in mind. It's amazing to watch people awaken and realize the true power that they have.
Our organization is engaged in the work of helping communities to heal from social and societal structural harm, really by confronting and solving root causes. Through our restorative justice initiative, we give people who've been harmed by crime an opportunity to actually explore what is it that they actually need in the aftermath of that harm. We also give the person who's caused the harm the opportunity to truly account for and make right to the greatest extent possible the damage that they have done. We have begun an initiative in early education addressing the disparity, especially among children of color in economically isolated communities. What does it look like for them to have high quality early education? We're looking at home-based childcare providers that are serving low-income communities and investing in them.
Corner to Corner is a nonprofit where we work to help all of our neighbors flourish. We do that through two creative and proven programs. The first is called Script to Screen, where we help kids fall in love with literacy through making their own movies. We found that 2/3 of our kids in Metro were not reading at reading level, and that stat hadn't changed in 20 years. So we wanted to really work towards some equity in literacy, and people who participate in our program increase at least one grade level in their literacy through our program. The second is called the Academy, where we help underestimated entrepreneurs plan, start, and grow their own small businesses. About 1/3 of them are hospitality and food industries, and then the rest want to really advance their professional degrees or their educational trainings to start their own businesses. The Academy really started in 2016. Since then, we've graduated almost 700 entrepreneurs, and last year alone, they put $15 million back into the neighborhood economy.
I'm excited. The Amazon Social Justice Changemaker Award goes to, we're doing a drum roll or anything? The Equity Alliance.
Accepting the award for Equity Alliance is CEO Tequila Johnson.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. First, I want to thank the Center for Nonprofit Management, Amazon, and all of tonight's sponsors for this esteemed award. I would also like to thank the Equity Alliance Board of Directors, our amazing staff, and I would be remiss if I did not thank my co-founder and co-executive director, Charlene Oliver. In 2016, 5 Black women founded the Equity Alliance with just $250 in a dream. We volunteered for 3 whole years. That's right, all the work you've seen us do, we did with multiple jobs, families, and children. We volunteered for 3 years, y'all, before raising $250,000 from single dollar donations from right within our community. I'm really proud of that. With the help and support of organizations like the Center for Nonprofit Management, we've now grown to an organization of over 15 staffers and in auxiliary chapters in both Chattanooga and Memphis. So I want to leave and say that social justice is steeped in humanity and love for our neighbors. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter who you pray to. It doesn't matter what box you check on your voting ballot. At the end of the day, we are all God's children, and we deserve social justice. But I want to say that social justice is also rooted in equity. Equity is the pedal that drives social justice. And I want to say thank you again and remind everybody to exercise your right to vote. Elections now.
Love that story. That's what it's all about. Inspirational, great job, and so deserving. Y'all having a good time so far? All right. Next is the Piedmont Natural Gas Sustainable Practices Award. Piedmont distributes natural gas to more than 1 million residential business and power generation companies all throughout the Carolinas and Tennessee. Now, this award, Sustainable Practices, recognizes the importance of economic, financial, and environmental responsibility practiced by nonprofits throughout the greater Nashville area. Tonight, Piedmont Natural Gas will award the winning nonprofit $6,000, and the finalist receives $3,000. And to present the Sustainable Practices Award, please welcome Stephen Francescan of Piedmont Natural Gas. Stephen.
Thank you, Roy. We're honored to be here as we recognize both finalists for all their fine accomplishments throughout the year. Sustainability is a core value of Piedmont Natural Gas, and it's a fundamental concept for our nominated nonprofits as well. Our 2 nominees demonstrate responsible stewardship of economic, environmental, and social resources as they fulfill their important missions within their each and own communities. And our finalists are
Goodwill Industries is a social enterprise where we collect donations, sell those through the store. That's what funds our mission, and in turn, we are helping people change people's lives through education, training, and employment. So when you donate something to us, we're either going to sell it in our stores, sell it in our outlets, sell it on e-commerce. We might pull off things that are just metal and recycle the metal. We get 1.7 million donors last year. That equates to about 90 million pounds of donations. It's a very small percentage of that actually ends up into the waste stream because we are recycling it. When you donate something to us, I can promise you someone's life is going to be changed.
Last year, we recovered 220,000 pounds of food. We used that in our meals. We steward 3 different community gardens across Nashville. We have our market farm, our urban farming program, Growing Together, which focuses on immigrant and refugee farmers, and they're growing for market. And then the newest site at Mill Ridge has about 85 community gardeners there, and we also operate our production gardens there. That food is going into our kitchens, and it's also going into our produce sharing partnerships, and that's sharing fresh local produce with people experiencing food insecurity. We're hoping to develop an entire system across the city that will allow people to apply for vacant land and grow food on it.
And the winner of the Piedmont Natural Gas Sustainable Practices Awards is the Nashville Food Project.
Accepting the award for the Nashville Food Project is CEO CJ Sentel.
Oh, Jesus. We'll go with this. Thank you very much. On behalf of the staff and the board of the Nashville Food Project, hope that's sustainable. I want to thank the Center for Nonprofit Management and Piedmont for recognizing the hard work that we do every day to make life on this planet, in this city, more sustainable. Thank you for your support. Thanks to your support, this year we're on track to recover more. Yeah, see? Thank you. Thanks to your support, we're on track this year to recover more than 250,000 pounds of food that will be made into 275,000 meals shared with more than 50 nonprofit partners across our city. In our gardens, we're on track to grow more than 50,000 pounds of food, and that's like on less than 3 acres. Showing the productive potential of urban agriculture. A shout out, thanks to our partners, Compost Nashville, the Compost Company, the Nashville Food Waste Initiative, and Urban Green Lab. There is more work to do, but for tonight, thank you very much. Eat well and be well, friends.
Nice way to roll with it. By the way, I almost got run over back there. People are scrambling. Such a great group of production workers, volunteers, behind the scenes, working hard. Good job. Congratulations to the Nashville Food Project. And now we move on to the Diversified Trust New Generations Award. Diversified Trust is a wealth management company based here in Nashville. They sponsor the New Generations Award to recognize breakthrough work in social media and other focused marketing techniques, which will help reach the next generations of constituents, stakeholders, and supporters. Diversified Trust will award tonight's winner with $5,000, while the 2 finalists will each receive $1,000. And to present the New Generations Award, please welcome Diversified Trust's Drew Berg.
Thank you, Rory. Good evening, everybody.
You can move that down if you want.
Are you saying I'm short? What are you saying?
It's just the way they placed it.
Yeah. They were anticipating something different. As a wealth management company, Diversified Trust sees how the world is changing for businesses of all types, nonprofits included. To succeed and grow in the future, nonprofits must embrace creative ways to reach new generations of both benefactors and clients. And that's why we established the New Generations Award back in 2014. Our 3 finalists tonight are leading the way in identifying and engaging with tomorrow's nonprofit leaders, customers, and supporters. So let's take a look at the amazing work that they are doing.
Unscripted heals, empowers, and connects the community through improv programs. So this program is the 3rd BEAT program. So we teach improv programs that are focused on non-performance goals, things like education, self-wellness, community building, and increasing access to an art form for people who have been historically excluded or undersupported by improv. This was definitely a new population and one that had been really untapped in terms of providing an opportunity to improvise and teaching the art form of improv, and one that we suspected would really love it and be really successful and really fun to work with. A lot of our participants were women, and they were so interested in the way that they were able to support one another throughout improv. It was this opportunity in their day to be joyful and be present in that space with each other and with us.
We know that mentorship is important for all children and youth, and we know that some kids, unfortunately, for many circumstances, don't have as many mentors as they might need. So we try to make sure that they get paired up with a wonderful mentor who can just sort of see them through some of life's challenges and also the wonderful good things that happen to them as well. If our goal is to get these kids to a really great place in life, we got to bring their parents along too. Kids would go off, do fun activities. Parents would come in having meaningful conversation, discussion, fellowship with other caregivers, which was a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, the pandemic came along, so we came up with 8 Weeks to a Better You, which was just a weekly login to the Zoom call, get a lot of great information, connect with other parents. The group became that peer support that they were missing in other areas of their life, whether it was seeing coworkers or family or friends.
We're a nonprofit that advocates for the advancement of women and young people in Tennessee through education and policy change. We work with middle school students in the Nashville area to teach them about self-advocacy and then how to be an advocate in their community. We put together the Student Advisory Board to really inform what we do and how we do it, as well as educating the students on leadership and advocacy and how they can be leaders in their own communities and their own circles. We brought on 7 student board members that come from all different walks of life, different experiences, and different backgrounds. The goals of the board are to grow their capacity of advocacy and leadership. Our hope for these students overall is that they will have an intimate knowledge of their own power to enact change.
Awesome stuff. The Diversified Trust New Generations Award goes to Unscripted.
Accepting the award for Unscripted is Executive Director Emma Supisa.
I am an improviser, so I have not prepared a speech. But I really want to thank CNM Diversified Trust. I mean, I really did not expect this based on our conversation earlier. Like, that was awesome. It is such a joy to be able to share this art form that is around joy and connection and embodied play, particularly for a group of people who can feel isolated and not connected with. And if y'all have not talked to an older person in your community, you are missing out, because these are the best improvisers I've ever worked with, hands down. I must thank our board, staff, volunteers, Partner Theater, Third Coast Comedy Club, our teachers, Joe, Jenny, Max, Brian, Mary Claire, our partner 50 Forward, Metro Parks at the Elizabeth Senior Center. We collaborate, we work with other people. That's what improv is all about. Thank you so much, and just enjoy life. Please participate in embodied practices that just allow you to feel joy and connect with your community. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, we want to take a moment to welcome our next performer for tonight's event. You are going to love this young lady. I was just chatting with her. She's right back there. She's going to give us a poet performance that emerges from Southern Words School and out-of-school programs. They serve more than 7,500 Tennessee youth each year. This opportunity, in addition to celebrating the poet you're about to hear, is to extend this literacy, diversity, and social emotional support to more young people and communities in Tennessee and beyond. The performing poet you are about to hear from, the young and beautiful 18-year-old Kiana Ruth. Kiana worked at a community center that held a summer program for kids aged 6 to 14, and she tells me this poem is for them. Give her some love and a warm round of applause. Welcome, Kiana Ruth from Southern Word.
Hello. You ready? At my job, days can stack wildly like pencil shavings. Sawdust collects as I sharpen my newest box to summer participants, ask their names a couple of times, and promise their parents something spectacular. So today, I taught the kids about self-worth. We spent an hour going over the need for real apologies. Isha opened up about her mother. Issa took her calm down medicine on time. I got to watch G learn how to swing, and Peter's dad finally showed up. The kids I watch are something else. It's a mix of only childs, adopted families, runaway parents, and grandmothers at home. They are walking experiments, someone's attempt at reincarnation, or a Valentine's Day gone too sweet. And they hunger for something my hands cannot provide, but I try. So Monday through Friday, I become a stand-in sister, a cousin everyone knows but very few like. And on those days, I feel blessed to watch them grow, see them become sharpened peaks in a world of half-chewed erasers, but they are something else. It's like somehow we wake up in tandem. I pretend that summer never ends. They pretend I never leave work, and we explore their newfound freedoms. There's no stressing over tests or nights spent crying over unsolvable math sheets to me. These children are children, not guinea pigs in some chest-pumping contest between teachers. They're just 6 to 8, 9 to 11, and 12 to 14-year-olds. When they're with us, nobody cares how fast you can spew math facts. We are here for dodgeball, double dutch and ice cream in a bag. Bad grades will not dictate their smile, but the kickball skills might make it a mile high. And I tell them, if anything, that you are a book fair, and everyone wants a piece, but you have to set the prices high enough for only the best to achieve. Now listen, these children are pencils, the embodiment of my ever frustration, breakable pieces of someone long gone, someone's will to live, and my only reason to clock in most days. Remember, when we were them, breakable pieces of someone well loved, only guilty of looking too much like our fathers for our mothers to have birthed us. We were something else. But my pencils, 1 in 4 doesn't have a father at home. 10% of them have diagnosable mental health issues, and 70% will not get help early enough, but 100% of them are loved. They are paper-mates with scuffed shoes, loud mouths, and they're frustrating. But when they leave, when they walk out of the center and don't come back, I miss them. I wish I could swaddle them, hold them close enough to know exactly who had them last. So I hold the ones I have left close. I tolerate their irrational opinions and wandering minds. So these pencils, these children, are yellow pieces of wood surrounding a weak metal. Wooden pieces of life long gone. The only thing getting me through this poem, they are children who wear pink bobos and yellow sneakers,
who wear glasses and have tan lines to show it. They are brown, beautiful bodies, and they're loud, and they're opinionated, and they're joyous, and they're mine. And I love them best that way. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kiana. Nonprofits have the power to make an impact one person at a time, but to be effective, they also have to be as forward-thinking and financially savvy as their for-profit counterparts. Truist is a bank whose purpose is to inspire and build better lives and communities. The Truist CFO of the Year Award recognizes the nonprofit staff person who's made a significant financial difference through vision and strategic management of their group's resources. An award of $5,000 will be presented to the category winner. This amount will be split equally between the individual and the organization. The two finalists will each receive $1,000, also to be split equally. Please welcome Brian Williams of Truist to present this award.
Not sure how I'll follow up that performance, right? Thanks, Roy. As everyone is aware, nonprofits are keenly aware of the importance of a sound financial plan, and there's none more important than the CFO to make sure that that nonprofit's operations are financially sound, sustainable, and in compliance with public regulations. We are honored to sponsor this year's CFO of the Year. Let's meet our finalists.
We want to have an affordable education for our students, and we feel like we have that. But we also have put an emphasis, especially the last few years, on increasing teacher salaries and benefits, and we've done a really good job with that. There's transportation is one area that may not be associated with the traditional role of a CFO, but we have 6 different transportation routes where we bring students from surrounding communities. About 120 students come to us from a community outside of Columbia on one of our buses. Food service is another area where we try to do our best at. We feel like we've got a good staff there and a good plan. I believe in the mission to not only provide students with a good academic education, develop them socially, but there's a spiritual component to it that I believe in.
We're a 365, 24/7 support system for the intellectually disabled and for the senior population, so they can be able to be independent and live as much of a worry-free life as possible. In mid-2016, we reached a point where we did not know our financial future was going to be solvent. We knew we had to dedicate ourselves to get progress into a situation where their homes, their lives would not be disturbed. We developed a plan. Everyone made all the sacrifices that they needed possible. We are in a position where we're actually growing. For the first time, we probably have a 2 to 3 month reserve set aside. Everyone that works for us feels a sense of pride and fulfillment in what they do, because at the end of the day, they feel like they've made a change in someone's life.
First Steps is a early learning center, and whether your child is someone that is typically developing or has special needs, you're working with the family, with the therapist, with the staff to develop a plan to help reach that child's goals. And of course, a big part of that is having the resources to do that. So it's been pretty amazing that we have our therapy program on site that can work in tandem with our child care facility. And then we have our community outreach team that can go out into the homes, and then those children can also come in and get some therapy services. None of that's possible without the grant funding that we have through the state, through private resources, and then of course through that parent pay. If you're being physically responsible with the money and you're getting it to the right places at the right time, then you're going to be able to make a bigger impact for those families. It's definitely amazing to watch as these children meet their benchmarks and as families are, they light up with a lot of hope. It's no better job.
So on behalf of SunTrust Bank, I'm delighted to award the CFO of the Year Award to Andrew Williams, Columbia Academy.
Wow, what a night. I just feel honored to be here in this room with such a great group of people and organizations. It's inspiring and encouraging to hear about all the good work that's going on among nonprofits in Middle Tennessee. Thanks to the C&M and all the sponsors who've made this night possible and for the ongoing support for nonprofits. Like all of you, I just feel blessed to work where I do and to work with awesome people. At Columbia Academy, I believe that our mission is important because it has an eternal mission, and that's to train and to teach young people to know Jesus Christ. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Congratulations. The Erie Chapman Foundation Servant's Heart Award recognizes the individual who demonstrates the passion and heart behind their mission. Tonight's winner will receive $5,000 to be split in equal portions between the nominating organization and the individual. Two finalists will receive $2,500 to be split equally as well. Please welcome Erie Chapman of the Erie Chapman Foundation.
Well, good evening to all of you. One of the things that's wonderful about being a veteran of these presentations with Rory is that you have the chance to feel a change in energy when you come into a room like this. There's no people clinking glasses and serving dessert. It's just focused here, and you can see it by the way people appear as they come before this microphone with unusually lighthearted, in most cases, presentations. The reason I mention that is because, when I ask for a drum roll, I want someone to come up and play the drums, by the way. You know, the guy that brought the mic out got a bigger round of applause than no. I'm going to recognize this is off your off script here, which I know makes some people nervous. But I want to recognize someone who could not be recognized during the pandemic because we didn't have the event. The Shade Tree Clinic has done wonderful work here, and I want to honor and recognize an individual, a physician, who has been serving there for 15, 16 years. But what that also means is that as a Vanderbilt cardiologist, he has given his services to help people scared to death because their heart isn't working. Let's recognize Dr. Alan Naftalon, his wife Janice, right here. Just wave. Yeah. Vanderbilt is lucky to have him, and I want to say now, as we talk about the people, the winners of the Servant's Heart Award, and I say winners because all three finalists received significant amounts of cash. Our foundation sets aside $10,000 for this award because of something that we really believe deeply. At this moment, there are so many thousands and thousands of people in this community who are caught in the jaws of suffering. Who has the courage, the passion, and the heart to go into those jaws day after day and lift those people back to places of healing? That is a very, very special group, and people will tell me a lot when someone will say, well, I work at hospitals. Oh, I could never do that. Well, who does do that? And the answer is we have in this room and outside of this room remarkable caregivers who deliver radical loving care, which is briefly above and beyond care. So it's those people. Again, as I sat preparing to come up here, at this moment, a woman is being beaten by her husband. Who helps? At this moment, a soldier is coming back with wounds he couldn't leave behind. At this moment, people caught in drug addiction looking for help. Who's going to step into those jaws to help them? So we're going to meet these people a little further in a moment here, and I'm talking about Linda and Jane and Adrienne. Let's take a look at them.
We are a sexual assault domestic violence center, and we focus on helping men and women, any victims of domestic violence or sexual assault. I am a victim of domestic violence, and it's something that I always wanted to help other women get through something that's really hard. We get women and children all times of the day and night. When they call, we bring them in, and I immediately start working with them on anything that they need, from clothing, food, things for the children. Coming into shelter is very difficult, and it's different. You're leaving your home, coming into something new, and it's very hard for some of the ladies, and I try to make them feel as comfortable as I can, but certainly I would love to see them leaving our shelter much better than the way they came. I'll tell any of my clients, if their circumstances change to where things aren't safe at home and they need to come back, just call me.
The Next Door is a residential treatment facility for women coming off of drugs and alcohol. I was blessed to be able to do the program at the Next Door. I was blessed to be able to do their reentry program, which was a 6-month program. I came there straight from prison. When I walked through those doors, I was hopeless, and I thought that I have to make this work or I'm going to end up dead. Because of my addiction. And the Next Door taught me how to live my life drug and alcohol free. I have lived experience, and I went through a training so that I could work in the treatment industry. I help de-escalate, and I help encourage them and build them up, and it makes my heart just feel so full and so happy to know that everything that was given to me, I can give that same thing back. I want every woman that walks through our door to know that they can walk out the door and be successful in their recovery.
My role is to assist either homeless veterans find permanent housing or assist veterans who are facing homelessness to maintain their homes. We are blessed as case managers to be given cell phones to use, because a lot of the time we're not in the office sitting at our desks. I choose to have mine on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because we don't always experience crises Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 and 4:30. I can't tell you how many times people have expressed gratitude for just knowing that when they call me, I'll answer the phone. When you're doing what you love to do, you're more energized to do the things that you need to do, all while you're loving it. It's absolutely rewarding.
As I look down to see the name of the winner, I realize she is not here tonight for an awfully good reason. She's having surgery. So prayers and blessings to the winner, Linda Cherry.
Here to accept Linda's award is Executive Director Cindy Sims. Cindy Sims.
Oh, yeah, I'm short. Hey, I think they're going to play Sweet Linda's Thank You on here, and if you will see, probably like most servants, she never expected she would win, right? So, yeah, this is our Sweet Linda. I hope they show it.
with the Center of Hope, and I am truly honored and so very thankful to all that have made this night possible. But I'm also saddened that I'm unable to attend tonight. But to all the nominees, thank you so very much for what you do. You all are winners. So keep up the good work.
That was a short video, sorry. Congratulations. I'm back there. No. Congratulations, Linda. All right, the Kraft CPA's Board Member of the Year Award recognizes the nonprofit board member who shows exemplary leadership, commitment, and advocacy in their role on the board. And those boards are so important. Kraft CPA's PLLC is one of the largest certified public accounting firms in Tennessee, providing an extensive range of expert services and solutions to meet the changing needs of their clients. Tonight's winner will receive $5,000 for their organization, and each finalist will receive $1,000. To make this presentation, please welcome Ken Youngstead of Kraft CPAs.
Thank you so much, Rory, and thank you. We are so proud to be involved in this event, recognizing the great work of our nonprofit community. So exceptional board members can make all the difference when it comes to a nonprofit's success. They dedicate their time, expertise, and their energy in making the organization stronger than when they found it. Tonight, we recognize 3 Board Member of the Year finalists, all of whom have worked tirelessly to help their nonprofits flourish. Let's take a look at the 3 finalists.
Men of Valor's been in Nashville for 25 years, helps reconcile men with their families that are getting out of prison and become givers instead of takers in the community. Every Tuesday at lunch, I'd go into the prison out here in Nashville to meet with a guy named Robert, and spent 2 years with him as he was inside, and then helped him when he got out of jail. It's been an unbelievable opportunity to meet people where they are, pour into them, and watch them change. And the recidivism rate with Men of Valor, as you know, is 15%, when the nationwide average is over 70% of recidivism.
As a middle school principal, I found in the early years of my career the reality that what we thought was best practice was really harmful to our individuals with intellectual disabilities. The best thing we can do for people who have intellectual disabilities is provide them with inclusive experiences, rich experiences. We create what we call friendship houses. A friendship house is a multi-unit group of apartments in which half of the apartments are rented by people with intellectual disabilities, coupled with a broad palette of social and recreational and educational services. That's a vital role we carry, and I'm proud to carry it.
Samaritan's mission is to serve the underserved population in Nashville who are dealing with substance abuse issues. Over 70% of our clients don't have insurance. I've been working with the board to help find a partner that will develop our site and build a new building for Samaritan Recovery Community, and also help the community. We're going to double the capacity of our facility from 51 beds to over 100 beds. And we'll also be able to offer our transitional living for up to a year. We're building 500 affordable apartment units on our site. So my passion really lies in seeing the results at Samaritan. We have over a 70% success ratio, which is above the national average.
Kraft CPA's Board Member of the Year award goes to Jeff Dobbins of Men of Valor.
Accepting on behalf of Jeff Dobbins is Men of Valor's Executive Director, Raul Lopez.
Thank you so much. I'm the Hispanic version of Jeff Dobbins. So, talk about diversity, right? Okay. What an honor it is. Wow. Any one of them could win this award and should win this award. We all know the importance of board members and backing us up as an executive director and the importance of that. What we need is time, talent, and treasure. And Jeff Dobbins always did that. In the scripture, that's what God calls us to do, to multiply it, our time, our talent, and our treasure, not for ourselves, but for others in our community. And everybody here is doing that. And I keep saying, keep doing it, because we need it here in Nashville so much. And I want to thank each and every one of you. And I'm sorry Jeff couldn't be here tonight, but you get the better version. No, I'm kidding. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congrats. Now, the Trust Corps CEO of the Year Award, which recognizes excellence in leadership, vision, and stewardship. Trust Corps helps nonprofits navigate investing, governance, stewardship, and management challenges so they can focus on the heart of their work. The 2022 CEO of the Year will receive $5,000 for his or her organization. Each finalist will receive $1,000. And to present the Trust Corps CEO of the Year Award, please welcome Gary Dean, CEO of Trust Corps. Gary.
Good evening. What a great night. I've been talking backstage with my friend Trace Blankenship, and the word that kept coming to mind was just inspiring. The nominees, all of you, are so inspiring, and I just want to thank you for your work. The mark of a successful CEO is the ability to unify the staff, the board, the volunteers of an organization to come together and reach its mission. Successful CEOs help their employees to grow and succeed. They deal with the organization's most pressing challenges, and each day they have to wear many hats to help their various teams reach success. All three of our nominees exemplify those characteristics. So let's meet the nominees.
High Hopes Development Center is a nonprofit that's been serving children with and without special needs. When I began working as executive director at High Hopes in 2007, we served a total of about 125 children a year and had a budget around $1 million. This past year, 1,000 children from 24 counties were served in Middle Tennessee. In 2014, we moved into 301 High Hopes Court in Franklin, Tennessee, with our own building, about 15,000 square feet. And we thought, this is all we'll ever need. But we have the responsibility because we have children waiting. So we built again and doubled it, moved in the fall of 2018 so that we could serve more children. It has been an honor to be invested at High Hopes and to work there and to work with that staff that literally work miracles with these children.
Turnip Green's diverting as many usable materials from the landfill as possible and reconnecting those items with teachers, artists, students, and other people in our community. As a teacher, as an artist, as an environmentalist, I understand what it's like to get $0 and to have 1,500 students a week that you have to somehow create projects with. And so that is why we offer everything pay what you can afford. When I started in 2016, our net assets were at about $12,000. And now we're operating at close to a $1.4 million annual budget. But of course, the money is less important, but it represents the amount of jobs we've been able to create, the amount of growth in materials we've been able to divert from the landfill. We've taken over 1 million pounds of materials and have diverted them to date. You don't have to be good at everything, but just surround yourself and empower people who are.
Renewal House provides specialized addiction treatment for women and their children. We are the only long-term provider of residential treatment that keeps women and their children together long-term. Women get to come to Renewal House free of charge. We do not want money to be a barrier to them receiving services, and that's why we've worked so hard to make our dream a reality. We raised $7.5 million and built a new facility that would allow us to double our capacity. So today we have 34 apartment units, office space for all of our staff, meeting rooms for the clients, and a clinic where we will provide telehealth services to our moms and support their children. And now we can focus on continuing to raise operational dollars to expand and meet the needs of all the new clients that we will serve.
Okay, I have a confession to make. When I came out earlier, I was scared to adjust the microphone after what had happened earlier, and I saw my friend came out and adjusted it to my 6'3" frame, so I appreciate that. You probably can hear me better now. So the 2022 Trust Corps CEO of the Year Award goes to Gail Powell of High Hopes.
Wow, this community is like no other when it comes to providing loving support for those in need. And I have to say, that's what our 85 staff members do at High Hopes every day when they change lives. And we see those children walk for the first time or eat for the first time, many other things. But they're just miracle workers, and it's been my privilege for 15 years to be there and see the miracles that happen. And I just thank all of you for what you're doing in this community, and I thank you for this honor very much. Thank you to Trust Corps. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Gail and High Hopes. Well, we're moving right along. I hope you're enjoying the evening, and I'd like to welcome back Terry Hughes to the stage with CNM Board Chair Trace Blankenship. Give them a warm round of applause, please.
Thank you, Rory. Good evening. It is just an incredible honor not only to be here tonight, but also to represent the Center for Nonprofit Management Board. And on behalf of our entire board, let us add our personal thanks for you all joining us, but also what a wonderful night for all the finalists. Let's give them one extra hand. I'm passionate about CNM and its mission because I firmly believe that a flourishing Nashville requires, demands, needs a resilient, strong nonprofit community. CNM amplifies our job, our mission is to amplify the impact of nonprofit agencies across Middle Tennessee. And we invest in your future success and the future success of so many nonprofit agencies through strategic education, collaboration, and community building. Our board has witnessed the incredibly hard work among the whole CNM community, members, staff, all who are in the CNM orbit, building, forging strong partnerships that affect real change. And we're encouraged by the incredible opportunities that await us in the future here in our city and in Middle Tennessee through a vibrant nonprofit community, which we are strong advocates in the strongest possible sense of the word for you. Please enjoy this message now to our partners as we continue to try to keep making Nashville's future even brighter.
No secret, Middle Tennessee is experiencing unprecedented growth.
We know hundreds of people are moving to our area every week. The biggest question, where will they live? Well, we could soon get relief as Nashville is now on track to hit a 5-year high of new apartments opening.
And as our numbers grow, so do the needs of our community. That's why, more than ever, the Center for Nonprofit Management must rise to the challenge, responding to the expanding needs of our nearly 800 current member organizations, and standing ready to engage, encourage, and equip future nonprofits.
We know that nonprofits grow when they have access to meaningful tools and resources. They become more efficient, effective, and more relevant. That's why we host a wide array of learning and networking experiences. Increase access to our resources by distributing scholarships to develop the talents of those seeking to refine their skills, and connect members to the vast reservoirs of wisdom of experienced professionals in every facet of the nonprofit world. Growth within the nonprofit community compounds as we embrace cross-sector collaboration in all its diversity. When the nonprofit sector flourishes, we all benefit.
The Center for Nonprofit Management is connecting communities through collaboration for increased impact. When we knew we needed to advance our organization, the Center for Nonprofit Management had all the tools and resources that we needed. And today, the Jefferson Street Sound Museum walks in excellence.
CNM's expertise has been an absolute game changer.
The Center for Nonprofit Management has proven itself time and again to be an invaluable resource that helps shape and support our community. In other words, CNM is essential infrastructure for Nashville and Middle Tennessee. So much has been accomplished over the past 36 years, and with our community's enthusiastic support, so much more is within our reach. Now is the time to take the next step in its evolution.
Our relocation to Silo Studios in the Nations opens up so many possibilities to serve nonprofits and the community at large. We already offer an exciting roster of educational and consulting services, but there's so much more we're eager to explore. As we think about amplifying our member nonprofits and their partners, we must evolve strategically to meet the needs of the nonprofit community.
The evolution of CNM represents a tremendous opportunity to better serve current needs and prepare for the future. To embrace new segments of helping the community and celebrate the expanding diversity within Middle Tennessee. And we are evolving into a courageous, inclusive, and collaborative space, meeting the needs of nonprofits and their partners.
The Center for Nonprofit Management is a thoughtful partner offering the expertise and solutions that enable our nonprofit sector to thrive. They've built a rich legacy of helping the helpers, providing guidance to those dedicated to serving our community.
Through its Salute to Excellence Awards and its broad portfolio of programs and resources, the Center for Nonprofit Management strongly supports such a wide array of nonprofits, and I am proud to support its endeavors.
The return on investment is exponential as CNM fosters the work of nonprofits touching every facet of our community.
So join us in CNM's evolution as we work together to make a great community even greater, more compassionate, more connected, more vibrant.
So we're moving, y'all. I don't know if you got that out of that video, but we're moving, and we're very excited, and we're excited about what we'll be able to do in the future, and we really look forward to continuing to enrich the community. Now, this is really a fun moment for me. We're delighted to present the 4th annual Louis Levine President's Award.
Named for longtime President Louis Levine, who was longtime president of CNM, we honor his legacy by recognizing either an individual or an organization that has furthered the impact of nonprofits and supported capacity building across the nonprofit sector in our community. We're honored to have Lewis's wife, Dr. Mark Levine, and their daughter Natalie here with us joining this celebration tonight. Will you honor their family with a round of applause?
Well, I am delighted to present this year's Lewis Levine President's Award to Susan Simmons for a host of reasons. The main one being that we would not be standing here tonight on this stage if it were not for the work of Susan Simmons in the early days of CNM, and I'll tell you why. What you may not know is that we trace CNM's roots back to 1986 when it was the Management Development Center housed at the United Way and supported by the HCA Foundation. But Susan knows. You may not know, but Susan knows because she chaired the committee that helped form this organization. And later, she chaired the CNM board when it became a separate 501c3. But what I'm really excited about tonight is that she spearheaded the beginning, the first award ceremony that CNM did. And so Salute to Excellence traces its roots back to Susan Simmons.
This is slightly off script, but I remember as a young lawyer being at lunch with Susan and the chairman of our law firm, and Susan saying, "You all are going to provide legal services for CNM." So that was a long time ago. Susan's lifelong service and passion for Nashville includes a long list of accomplishments in our nonprofit community. Among these includes her serving as board chair or as chair of fundraising campaigns for Alive Hospice, the Tennessee State Museum Foundation, our own Center for Nonprofit Management, as Terry said, the Harpeth Hall School, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, where she was also not only a past board chair, but also a longtime member of their building committee. And as a cancer survivor herself, she serves on the Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center Board of Overseers.
Now, from a professional standpoint and a government service standpoint, under Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander, Susan served in post as the Commissioner of the General Services Department. Yes, she was a commish, and a chairman of the Alcoholic Beverage Commission. And here's really my favorite part. There's a very interesting tie-in here because Lewis Levine, as you'll remember, for whom this award is named, was the chief of staff in Lamar Alexander's administration. So I suspect that was the beginning of a lifelong friendship between Susan and Lewis. So it is Trace's turn.
So we conclude our remarks about this extraordinary woman and leader in our community by saying that CNM and the Middle Tennessee nonprofit community are profoundly richer. We are profoundly more effective as a nonprofit community and influential because of Susan Simmons' incredible work. So please join us in welcoming to the stage this year's Lewis Levine President's Award winner, Susan Simmons.
Wow. Well, that was pretty stunning. But you know what? I love this organization. And I am so proud that it's come this far and it has made such a difference in our community. It just, it hurts almost. It's just that important. And yeah, there are tears. From the beginning, when it was this fledgling little idea in United Way, and then it emerged and became its own entity, we just had this dream that an organization could make such a difference in our whole world if it could help nonprofits manage better. It would make the money go further, and we'd all do so well. And that's what's happened. But it's happened so much more than I ever expected in the beginning. I knew it would be good, but my God, it's great. It's great. So I am especially honored that this award is named for Louis Levine, who is my very dear friend. And I miss him. I know we all do. But he'd be very proud of this event tonight, that it's morphed, even when he was running it, to being here in this spectacular Fisher Center. And so I just, and also I know that Louis loved this organization. He loved our community, and he knew the value that CNM provided. So I'll be brief, and what I really want to do is to salute all of you who've come tonight, because you all are the ones with your service and your dedication and passion for your organizations in this community. You are the ones who deserve to have the salute to excellence. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations. Well deserved. All right, we're going to continue on now with the Memorial Foundation's Leadership Award. Memorial Foundation's mission is to improve the quality of life for people through support to nonprofits. The Memorial Foundation Leadership Award recognizes nonprofits that have risen above substantial fiscal challenges through effective turnaround management. This year's winner will receive $10,000, and each finalist will receive $2,500. Please join me in welcoming Scott Perry, President of the Memorial Foundation.
Thank you, Rory, and good evening. So you don't need me to tell you this, but I'll say this anyway. Leading a nonprofit organization in this day and time is not for the faint of heart. Even if you never had to worry about the financial stresses of your organization, the expertise required to carry out your respective missions and the demands and complexities of your work are significant. Every nonprofit organization can be vulnerable to leadership changes, regulatory forces, and the ebbs and flows of fundraising that can threaten the very existence of your organization. As Rory mentioned, the Memorial Foundation Leadership Award recognizes nonprofit organizations that have risen above significant and substantial fiscal challenges through effective turnaround management. In my opinion, our entire local nonprofit community should be the big winner of this award tonight, the way you have found solutions to serve your clients despite the challenges over the last 2.5 years. The finalists tonight represent organizations that have endured a period of intense managerial and financial stress and have recently turned that around through leadership, strategy, and vision. Here are their stories.
Spiritus walks along folks, empowering them to go from surviving to thriving. We do that in many different ways. We have community empowerment programs. We started doing gardening and worked with families, teaching them to grow their own food. The work was plentiful, it was engaging, it was thriving, it was meeting people's needs, but finances were not there. At the end of 2019, we officially merged Lutheran Services of Tennessee and Lutheran Services of Georgia and became Inspiritus. That gave us, on our team, some breathing room, and it gave us hope.
5 years ago, we found ourselves in a position of financial scarcity, and the admin team, the therapists, the board of directors pulled together to implement action steps that brought us to where we are today, which is a position of financial health. We developed an intake department staffed with trained volunteers and interns, and they apply our income-based fee scale generously and equitably across our client base. Our admin team worked tirelessly to take everything online with a 2-week turnaround, brought telehealth to Insight. Because of telehealth, we're serving clients in more than 35 Tennessee counties.
Myself and the other staff member, both of our homes were destroyed by the tornado. And then that was 2 weeks before our office shut down, just like everybody else's. For COVID, it was work at home. We didn't have homes to work in. I think we came out of that knowing more about what to do in a crisis situation. Then on Christmas morning, 2020, also waking up and hearing about this bomb that happened. And our offices are located half a block away from the detonation of the bomb. Every piece of surface in the entire office of close to 4,000 square feet was completely covered in shards of glass. We showed up and we continued to function. You can't just turn off your mission when something like this happens. I think it drove us to innovate and to use these challenges that we're confronted with and grow from that in a positive direction.
And this year's Memorial Foundation Leadership Award goes to Inspiritus.
Accepting the award for Inspiritus is Executive Director Janet Arning.
Wow. Thank you so much for this recognition. We are so thankful for Scott Perry and the wonderful staff of the Memorial Foundation. Leadership is not a one-person job. Our CEO, the Reverend John Moeller, and I want to thank everyone for what they've contributed to this organization. We want to recognize Mark Bassoni, our board chair, and his wife, Allison, who gave countless hours over 10 years to make sure this organization survived. Thanks our Inspiritus Advisory Board members and our incredible staff. Partners like Second Harvest Food Bank, Ascension, Community Foundation, and Hands On Nashville played a huge part in our survival. We thanked our Cheatham Place neighbors who helped us understand what's needed in North Nashville community and the support they've given me over the years. We want to thank our families, for John, his wife Laurie, and his girls, for Ed and my boys. When you have a nonprofit and a small nonprofit, your family gets pulled in a lot of directions. It took a miracle. It took a true divine intervention to keep us going, and that drives everything we do. Again, thank you.
All right, congratulations. What an amazing night so far. I need a favor, everyone. How are you doing, by the way? All right. You know they're pushing social media, so I have to get a selfie with all of you. Can we bring up the house lights real quick? My daughter would be so proud. Now I post that, right? Is that how that works? All right. Before our final set of awards, we're about to get to those. We want to welcome Nathan Green, who's chair of the 2022 Salute to Excellence Awards, Terry Vo, the co-chair of tonight's event. They have a few thank yous, and they will introduce our next performance. You can applaud.
Thank you, Rory. I'm actually going to play with the microphone. Yeah, got my fingers crossed. Everybody having a good time? So, before we get to the final awards of this evening, it's my privilege as Salute to Excellence Chair this year to share the stage with the lovely Terry Vo. We want to thank all the volunteers tonight and all the people that have made this event possible. This is truly a special night, recognizing Nashville's heroes and that really make Nashville the special place that it is. So at this time, we'd like to offer some special thanks to some people. First of all, Blue Sky Filmworks for producing the wonderful short films we've seen here tonight. These features, yes, please. These features highlight the wonderful work, and they work with Salute year after year. They recognize the amazing job that all of these finalists are doing to bringing their work to our community, and we want to recognize and thank Blue Sky Filmworks. Additionally, we'd like to thank Mr. Webster for his dedication. Yes, please. Webb makes sure that this process kind of works in an orderly fashion. He's been dedicated to this event for many, many years and is a stalwart of this event. So we thank those two. We thank Webb and we thank the other organization, Blue Sky, for their wonderful and continued support.
Oh, I'm going to have a mishap. All right, to all of our award sponsors, event sponsors, musicians, spoken word artists, award panelists, Belmont University, and this gorgeous Fisher Center. Thank you for everything you all have done to make this evening so special. And finally, I definitely want to make sure that we thank our MC tonight, Rory Johnston. He has been so amazing contributing towards making this event feel so special for 16 years. Wow, I can't believe it. And most of all, we want to congratulate all of the finalists and winners tonight. So now we'd like to bring back to the stage the National Museum of African American Music, emerging artists, and my friend, Kojo Ko.
Are you ready to have a good time? Let me hear you say yeah! Salute to all the people who won, your organizations. Come on, y'all. Captured effortlessly, that's the way it was. Happened so naturally, I did not know it was how. The next thing I felt was you holding me close. What was I gonna do? I let myself go, and now we're flying through the stars. Hope this night will last forever. I've been waiting for you. It's been so long. Just what I would do when I heard your song. You filled my heart with the bliss. You gave me freedom. I knew I could not resist. I needed someone. And now we're flying through the stars. Hope this night will last forever. Can we sing it together, y'all? Oh, 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 oh. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me was so lonely. I feel like no one with you. I must be dreaming. I want this dream to be real. I need this feeling. I make my wish upon a star. Hope this night will last forever. Come on, everybody. Oh, 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 oh. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody love me better than you. Hey. First you put your arms around me, then you put your charm around. I can't resist this sweet surrender on a night so warm and tender. We step into each other's eyes, and what we hide is no surprise. Got a feeling most we treasure, and the love so deep we cannot measure. Nobody said a way you make me feel. Nobody, 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 nobody. Come on, Rob. Can we stand up before we go? Sing this song together, everybody on your feet. Come on, stand up. We gotta start in the front right here. Come on. Everybody say, ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. Hey, makes me happy. Makes me feel this. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Thank you so much. Salute to everybody tonight.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Cool off. Amazing. Thank you so much for that performance. All right, our final awards of the evening, grand finale. They are the Frist Foundation Awards of Achievement. The Frist Foundation, we know, dedicated to sustaining and improving the quality of life in Nashville, has been supporting and celebrating nonprofit excellence for so many years. CNM's Salute to Excellence grew out of the foundation's Awards of Achievement way back in the day, 1993. The foundation has continued its generous support of Salute every year since then. For each of the Frist Awards, the winner will receive $25,000. Love it. The two finalists in each category will receive $10,000. So I'm going to turn things over now. Please give her a big welcome, Corinne Bergeron, the Executive Director and CEO of the Frist Foundation.
Thank you, Rory, and thanks for letting me use the podium too as well. Before we get to the awards, I did want to take a moment to recognize my friend and predecessor, Pete Bird, who many of you here know tonight and love and call a friend. For 20 years, Pete led the Frist Foundation as CEO, impacting this community in ways big and small, as an advisor, champion, and sometimes a bearer of a bit of tough love. I got that too sometimes. Even this event has felt Pete's influence as he helped Salute in its early formative years, which ultimately allowed this great event to become what it is today. Pete couldn't be here with us tonight, but I know we all share the same gratitude for all he has done in his career and send him best wishes as he begins to enjoy his retirement with his beautiful family. Thank you, Pete. Tonight, the Fritz Foundation is proud to present 3 awards for Innovation in Action, Team Building, and Revenue Development. Now more than ever, these awards recognize a nonprofit community that has truly held this city together over the past few years. Again and again, the staff and board of the Fritz Foundation saw you heroically serving people every day, showing up to work when you were scared, confronting the unknown, facing unspeakable tragedy, and doing work that is all too often unseen. But as these awards, and really this whole evening recognizes, we see you and your work, and we are in awe of it. Thank you. Our first award for Innovation in Action recognizes innovation in approaching work and meeting clients' needs. Let's take a look at the finalists.
The Discover initiative that we launched with Discover D. Ford Bailey is really about centering stories that might be lesser known in country music, and specifically stories by people of color. If you don't know about the legacy of D. Ford Bailey, he was one of the most popular radio stars, and he was also country music's first Black star. And that's really an essence and a driver of why Discover D. Ford Bailey needed to happen for us. Once we create these digital resources, these take-home materials, they exist forever. So the project continues on after this past year, and we will continue to discover D. Ford Bailey.
Right now, only 27% of Nashville's high school graduates are receiving college degrees over a 6-year period. So we want to double that. Most of our students are first-generation students, which means no one in their primary unit has graduated from college. We are texting students, so we're getting in their hands. Being able to have an electronic communication that someone would trust, they would allow us to help them through that way, really made a difference. And it can be from, hey, I don't know where to wash my clothes at, to, hey, I need money for books. Those are the little nitty-gritty pieces that help students persist. We are starting to think about going into other counties in Tennessee, because we want to be a great state and we want to be able to educate our students to become citizens. And this could be replicated across the nation.
When the pandemic hit, one of the things we knew is that people with cancer who are in treatment and immune compromised were at the most risk. We had to teach every single member, every single volunteer, every single contracted group leader how to use Zoom to offer cancer support virtually while our entire team was working from home. And we really had never used tech before. When we began to get vaccines, we could open our clubhouse again, and we very carefully were inviting groups back one by one so we could monitor numbers and really keep people in small groups but seeing each other, because they really hungered to be together. Now we're allowing members to come back to decide how to access cancer support in the best way that makes sense for them. We really came to know that we could serve more members in more counties for a longer period of time during their cancer experience. There was a real benefit to what we were seeing, and then the connectivity and the impact of cancer support was working.
And the winner is the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Accepting the award on behalf of the Country Music Hall of Fame is Allie Ton, Senior Director of Education and Public Programs.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be in this room with all of you. Thank you to the Center for Nonprofit Management, to PNC, and to the Frist Foundation for this recognition. We really are honored to be acknowledged alongside all of our fellow nonprofits and your impactful work. This award recognizes the museum's pursuit of our educational mission, and it also honors DeFord Bailey, the first Black star of country music. He was a composer, a multi-instrumentalist, an influential early recording artist, and his undeniable musical gifts paved a way for countless artists that followed, and his light continues to shine brightly. Part of this project involved Carlos DeFord Bailey, who's with us tonight. Carlos, I can see your jacket, actually. I can see you. Best dressed person in the room. It's a pleasure to work with you, Carlos, all the years that we've worked together. It's been an honor to work with you in this project and to celebrate the legacy of your grandfather.